How do we solve for x when there's a square root in the equation and there's also a less than or greater than sign? Well, I guess that wouldn't make it an equation, that would make it an inequality, but math terms, who cares? So here's the inequality that we'll be going over in this video. We need to solve for x. Now we're going to start by solving this just like a normal equation. And if you need help with that, then I do have a video on solving square root equations that you can watch on the card. But I'll also go over it here. Remember that when x is trapped inside of a square root, our goal is to get the square root by itself so that we can square both sides and cancel it out. And the only thing in its way is this -4 here. So let's get rid of the -4. It's being multiplied to the square root because there's no sign. So we'll do the opposite of multiplying, which is dividing. We'll divide both sides by -4. The -4's cancel out. And on the left side, we just have the square root of x minus 3. And on the other side, we have 8 divided by 4, which is 2. And 2 minus signs, 2 negatives make a positive. So it's going to be positive 2. But remember that when we're solving any sort of inequality with a less than or greater than sign, whenever we divide or multiply by a negative number, which we did in this case, we need to flip the sign around. So the sign was greater than, now it's going to become less than. So now we can square both sides of our equation, right? So we're going to square both sides. The square root and the squared cancel. And on the left side, we just have x minus 3. And on the right side, we have 2 squared. That's 2 times 2, which is 4. So now we can get x by itself by getting rid of this -3. And the opposite of minus is plus. So we'll add 3 to both sides. The -3 and +3 cancel out. And on the left side, we just have x. And on the right side, we have 4 plus 3, which is 7. So x is less than 7. Now this tells us that this inequality is only going to be true for numbers that are less than 7. So if we put something greater than 7, like 8, then this isn't going to be true. But we're not actually done yet with this problem. Can you figure out why some numbers less than 7 might not work? Why they might cause a problem? Well, what if we put in a number less than 7 like 2? Let's go ahead and plug in 2 into this square root. Do you see where this is going? So we would have the square root of 2 minus 3, which is the square root of -1. And now we're already causing problems. We can't take the square roots of a negative number except when doing imaginary numbers. And, well, how are we supposed to compare imaginary numbers with real numbers? So to solve this issue, we need to set up another restriction, something else that will stop us from putting in numbers that will give us a negative square root. So to avoid having a negative square root, what's inside x minus 3 needs to be either exactly 0 or bigger than 0. If it's not, then it's going to become negative. So the way that we say exactly 0 or bigger than 0 is by putting a greater than or equal to sign. It needs to be bigger than 0, or this line underneath means that it can be exactly 0 as well. We can take the square root of 0. So let's go ahead and solve this for x and see what we get. So to get x by itself, we need to do the opposite of minus, which is plus. We'll add 3 to both sides. These cancel out. And on the left side, we just have x. And on the right side, we have 0 plus 3, which is 3. So you'll see here that x needs to be less than 7, but it also needs to be bigger or exactly 3. So how do we write this as just one answer? Well, the way that we do that is by putting our two numbers that x needs to be between and putting x in the middle. And then we just need to figure out what signs to put here. So over here, we had x is greater than or equal to 3, but here 3 is on the left, so we just need to flip the sign to show that. So it's going to be less than or equal to, because x is bigger than 3. The alligator is eating x. And then here we have x is less than 7. Here we have x and 7, so we'll just carry over the sign. And this is how we write our final answer. 3 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 7. Now, if you wanted to check your work, you would just check 3 numbers. You would check to make sure that a number less than 3 is not going to work. So for example, you could plug in 2 and make sure it doesn't work. Then you put in a number between 3 and 7, so for example 5, and make sure it does work. And then you can put in a number bigger than 7, like 8, and make sure it doesn't work again. And then that's how you know that your answer is correct. So there you go. You now know how to solve square root inequalities. But solving these square root equations isn't the only thing that you need to do. You also need to know how to graph them. So if you think you're ready to do that, you can watch this video right here. And as always, if you have any questions about this video, go ahead and leave it in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer your question. Thanks for watching.